Yes, people. To it, you already know what's going on. Like, comment, and subscribe in the video. As always, it is your boy Demeachnyc here. Welcome to Mandem Football. If you haven't been already, I break down football as usual, what's going on in the realm and football, the games that are being played, and what I think is best for teams moving forward. Comment, subscribe, like. That's not in the right order, but of course, go in the descriptions. You can follow me on Instagram. Follow me on any social media platform at Mandem_football on Twitter. And yes, Victor Gyökeres is an Arsenal player. It is confirmed. It is done. It is finished. Victor Gyökeres, the Swedish international striker, the most prolific, probably the most dangerous striker in all of football right now, is at Arsenal Football Club, the N5. Now, what do I think about that? Number one, this is unbelievable. This is finally being done. Arsenal finally have their hands on an incredible striker. What does this mean for Arsenal moving forward? Well, this means a lot of things. They finally have a striker, right? We know that Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, they have been strikers over the years for Arsenal that they have utilized quite heavily. Leandro Trossard, another player that could be used as a striker. We've seen Gabriel Martinelli, another one. Mikel Merino in recent memory over the past season due to injuries to the other players. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. There's nothing more I can say about it. This is probably the most talked about saga, probably the most anticipated transfer going into the summer, who Arsenal were going to sign as a striker. That is not only because Arsenal needed a striker and haven't had a striker for so long, but it is because pretty much we know what Arsenal are capable of doing from an objective standpoint. They are a very good team. We know what Arsenal are capable of doing with and without the ball. And for them to go as far as they have in the Premier League and the Champions League and other competitions without a striker to rely on, and I mean an out-and-out striker, a number 9, a player that could devote himself as a number 9. His goal is to score goals, right? We know Kai Havertz is a utility striker. He's not even a number 9. He's not even a number 10. He is a Raumtäter. That is the German term for a space invader, someone that, covertly runs into space, finds spaces around the pitch, and does it in their own unique style, similar to that of Thomas Müller. And we see that with Kai Havertz. We saw it at we saw it at Bayer Leverkusen, and we've seen it at Arsenal. But as a forward, we've seen him work very well under Mikel Arteta, but he's still not an out-and-out number 9. So things could be very good and things could be very low for Kai Havertz when things are going his way and when things are not. So Gabriel Jesus, another player that is not reliably, cannot be reliably used as a out-and-out goal scorer. We know he is a great forward. He is a player with tremendous talent, but he's not a reliable goal scorer. He's not going to consistently get you goals. But what he does offer is he offers so much going into the attack and just the dynamic of how football is played as a striker with the ball at his feet. He's incredible. So Gabriel Jesus is a good striker, but he's not a reliable goal scorer. Arsenal need goals. This is the This is the number one thing Arsenal have been looking forward to having. Victor Gyökeres. Eddie Nketiah, we know, was a decent striker, just not at the top level when Arsenal needed most. The last striker to really come in at Arsenal and to hit the ground running was their previous captain to Martin Odegaard, was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who scored 22 goals back-to-back years at Arsenal. Yes, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was incredible. So we need to understand that this is a guy where Victor Gyökeres, he's coming into this Arsenal team to score goals, to win, and to do what was necessary in order for Arsenal to get into the next level. Even with that being said, this man has scored 97 goals in 102 games played with 28 assists. This is not a player that is playing somewhere in Australia, playing somewhere in a really poor league like Norway, or I don't know, just a league that has really no competition, right? You have to understand the reason why it seems like so inflated, and the reason why people don't really rate Victor Gyökeres to begin with is because he's playing in the Portuguese league. But this is a player that has, beyond anything we've ever seen, break the record in the Portuguese league. I mean, even if he scored half of the goals that he scored and half the assists he's earned over the past 2 years, we probably wouldn't even be having a sniff at this guy in the football world. So for Victor Gyökeres' sake, we have to put respect on this man's name. And the fact that it seems like there's no competition in the Portuguese league. Well, there's no competition because you have someone like Victor Gyökeres at Sporting who's doing all these things. So yeah, there is no competition in the Portuguese league because he's that good of a striker. I don't really understand this notion where he's not that good and that he's not going to fit at Arsenal. He's not going to be able to compete. This is a striker where, best believe, if you're a Man United fan, first game of the season, and you have your team and Man United, we know what Man United lacked last year a lot. And you going into the game against Arsenal and you have Victor Gyökeres leading the line, I'm telling you right now, those Man United fans are going to have nothing to say but anything after the game because they're going to be shitting bricks going into that game. And they're going to be shitting bricks during the game as well. I'm telling you that right now. If that was the other way for Arsenal would be feeling the same way, having to go up against Victor Gyökeres. Right? This is a bad man. This is a man that's on a mission. And I look at Arsenal and I look at the board. I look at Mikel Arteta. This is something that is going to shape Mikel Arteta's era or his reign as the Arsenal manager. This is going to be completely a turning point in his career at Arsenal. This is probably the most significant moment of his career, knowing, if they were either going to go for Benjamin Sesko or Victor Gyökeres. Now, let's talk about Victor Gyökeres' competition as to if he were going to go to Arsenal or not, which was Benjamin Sesko, the striker at RB Leipzig. Benjamin Sesko obviously is significantly younger to that of Victor Gyökeres. He's 22, so that's a good 5-year difference from each other. Gyökeres has a lot that Benjamin Sesko does have to his game. It's just more polished. It's more mature. It's more experienced than that of Benjamin Sesko. But Benjamin Sesko has a higher ceiling in terms of him being younger. And if his game is to really improve under a top-level coach like, say, Arteta or Eddie Howe or any other managers that are really interested in getting Benjamin Sesko, this guy's going to be the man. And I've said it multiple times already that Benjamin Sesko is going to be an elite footballer if he is managed and developed correctly. Benjamin Sesko was either going to go to Arsenal or Victor Gyökeres was either going to go to Arsenal. And it seemed like Sesko was the original guy to go to the Arsenal, but now it seems like that died down, and Arsenal, of course, have got their main guy, Victor Gyökeres. And it is official as ever. I'm seeing this late because I had a lot of things to take care of today, but I've actually have just witnessed Victor Gyökeres interviewed by Arsenal. He's in the London camp. He's in Colney. So it seems like he genuinely is an Arsenal player, and we must confirm that as him being an Arsenal player. He even signed with Andrea Berta with the picture and everything. He's yet to meet with the team. He's yet to meet with the squad as they're in Singapore, and they are awaiting his arrival, hopefully for the game against Tottenham in Hong Kong for the friendly. So this is unbelievable. Let me just go through this Arsenal team off the top of my head. In goal, there's David Raya. On the bench, there is Kepa. The back line that should be starting or assumingly will be starting for Arsenal will be Timber, Gabriel, Saliba. And on the left-hand side, I do think could be an issue if it's really not if it's not explored thoroughly, and if they really do back what they have, Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori back there, that could be exposed. Calafiori is not an out-and-out left back; he's more of a center back, and Miles Lewis-Skelly is a midfielder by trade, not a defender. But it seems like him being 18 years old could be a big threat to many teams, but he is a very good player. On the bench, there's Jakub Kivior, there's Mosquera, there's still Sinchenko that's there. I forget about him. So that backline seems to be set. Ben White as well is also there, a backup or even a starting right back for many people's eyes for Arsenal. The midfield looks solid to me. Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Mikel Merino. We know that Zubamendi and Rice are probably going to start. There's Martin Odegaard, the captain. There's Kai Havertz that can be utilized as a midfielder still. There is Christian Norgard, the experienced 30-year-old from Brentford midfielder. And, I look at that midfield and I'm thinking, this is a really good midfield. That's a really good midfield. There's really nothing more you could say about it. They could probably get a player that's like a number 10 that is more two-footed. Martin Odegaard, we know, struggled a lot last season, and, it got exposed for not having a good right foot because he's lefty. So maybe getting a two-footed player like, say, of course, Eberechi Eze, that would be very ideal. I think Fabio Vieira is still there. Ethan Nwaneri is also there as well, who could be used as a midfielder. He is a number 10 by trade. Max Dowman is there as well. He's actually with the squad in Singapore. So that midfield is set if they are to utilize what they have already. But it seems like Arsenal might go back into the market at some point. Now the attack is where it gets even juicier now. It is Saka. Saka is there. Nononi Madueke is also there now. Kai Havertz can also be used as a striker. Ethan Nwaneri can also be used as a striker. Gabriel Martinelli is also there as well. Trossard is there, but one of those players might get sold. We've already known for a while. Who else is there off the top of my head? Kai Havertz. I think I mentioned it could be used as a striker. And, of course, Victor Gyökeres. It seems like Arsenal are looking to get a left winger. So let's keep in touch with how that goes. But yeah, Victor Gyökeres is there, and that is their striker. Ultimately, some will say that if we were talking 2 years ago or a year ago from now, Arsenal only needed a striker. They really only needed a striker if we were talking 2 years or just a year ago from now. But it seems like Arsenal need a little bit more than that. But yes, Arsenal have their striker. Like I said before, this is a striker that, I'm expecting to have many goals next season. Many, many goals. I mean, it all comes down to pretty much the first game either at Manchester United at Old Trafford or the first game at the Emirates, because that's going to set the tone real quick as to how Arsenal are going to play and how dominant they're going to be with someone like Victor Gyökeres up there. And perhaps we cannot overlook this, because we look at the team that they had over the years, and now we look at where that team is now. It's evolved. It's moved so much further since that very first title charge a few years ago where they fell short to Manchester City. And, for me as an admirer of Arsenal, I have a lot to say about the club. So I really do think that Victor Gyökeres will be a fantastic signing for them from an objective standpoint now. And there's pretty much nothing to expect more but a trophy for Arsenal, who have fallen short time and time again over the past 5, probably going into 6 years. So we need to see the best of what is to happen in the future under Mikel Arteta, with the new striker that he has been looking for, with the new players that he's gotten under his hands. There's no excuses now. So big up to Arsenal getting their striker. This is huge news, and I can officially confirm it on my channel because I've been able to actually see him in the flesh as an Arsenal player. So this is huge news for any Gunners out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you think that Victor Gyökeres will be a fantastic signing. Let me know if you think Benjamin Sesko was the one that they should have looked for. And also let me know what you think about Alexander Isak possibly leaving Newcastle and maybe going to Liverpool. And maybe if Arsenal should have went in for Alexander Isak after all. Or maybe they should right now. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.